The Ionian or major mode is described as one of the brightest 7-note scales. Its happiness comes especially from the presence of the majors 3rd and 6th degree, which are very consonant with the root. On the other side of the coin, however, we have the Aeolian or natural minor mode, that is broadly said to be more melancholic, evoking darker emotions thanks to the lowering of these two intervals I talked about. They are very versatile and can produce great music, but imagine you want to play around with these two scales in a song in order to provoke different emotions to the listener, or to surprise him by blending melodies that contrast with each other. That's exactly what Modal Mixure is. It consists of borrowing chords and notes from the respective parallel key, expanding the harmony dimension of the piece. It can be used in a specific moment in order to add more colors to the existing spectrum, or in the whole song, bringing in unique ambiguity to it. So let's see some great examples of modal mixture in the metal genre. The first one I would like to analyze is Ghost of Perdition by Opeth, which is in the D minor mode. However, it features both the major's 3rd and 7th in the main riff, adding a lot of chromaticism. I would say though that the mixture is more easily noticeable in the higher section, as I like to call the famous acoustic part of it, that kicks off with an A♭4 minor 6 followed by a borrowed F sharp minor, which resolves back to D minor. The presence of the major 3rd here surely takes the highest spot, and is played again after an F♭4 augmented that features another borrowed note, the major 7th C sharp. It's very harmonically ambiguous, isn't it? And talking of ambiguity, another famous song that features it is Two's Sober. Here, there are some major threads that definitely suggest their respective key right in the start, but I would say the main riff tends to a minor tonality though, with these minor 6ths being played. Now, if you want a piece that brings a whole different atmosphere just by using Modal Mixture, that would probably be Sepultura's Kiowas. In the first section, it alternates between the major and minor 6th, which seems to take inspiration from the traditional Brazilian classic country music that features this kind of movement very often. After some bars, they play around with the major 3rd and augmented 4th, resembling a Lydian sound, I would say. Later on, it adds a minor 7th to the harmony, expanding even more the song spectrum. It's just terrific. And speaking of all these modal mixtures I talked about, made me wonder if there aren't any more blending possibilities between modes. After all, the major and the minor aren't the only ones. And not to my surprise, there are. In Children of Bodom's Nido 24/7, we start with this sick riff in D Phrygian that really focuses on the characteristic minor 2nd interval between E flat and the root, alongside with some Phrygian guitar licks in the background as well. But after some measures, it changes to a D natural minor mode implied by the harmony and the melody, really putting the major 2nd in the spotlight this time around. Note how the minor scales sound brighter in contrast with the previous heavy Phrygian sound. Very cool, right? Blind Guardian's Epic and Then There Was Silence also features interesting stuff in the beginning of the 13 minutes track. It sets a very well established 8 minor sound right from the start with awesome and iconic harmonies. But then a bridge comes in followed by a very tense moment that builds a lot of momentum with the minor 2nd till it finally leads to a heavy riff based on A Locrian that also features a major 6th borrowed from the parallel major key, just to give a groovy feeling to it. The minor second and the diminished fifth are perfectly used in this bit, transforming a very orchestral sound into a headbanger killer riff in the blink of an eye. Check it out. The only thing you want to do here is headbang like there's no tomorrow. It's terrific. And there you go. I believe all these modal mixtures are very creative and really change the emotions we would normally feel when listening to these masterpieces. So I'm glad that they were so well used. Nevertheless, I really hope you have enjoyed this content, and if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment your thoughts down below. Take care and stay metal!